Hey, your boy Mark back with another video. What's today's date? 25th October, 2025. I just finished watching Monster, the Ed Gein story. Watched the entire show. Start to finish. Well, I didn't watch the entire show, start to finish in one go. I watched the first episode and a half several weeks back. Then I continued watching the show a few days ago. And I just finished the final episode just now. Yeah, Monster the Ed Gein story. I freaking loved it. Oh my god. It was so nice to see all this graphic bloody violence. Like, I would have loved Dharma even more if it was as bloody and graphically violent as this show was. You know? I freaking loved it. Charlie Hunnam plays Ed Gein. I heard about Ed Gein for several years. I remember I was at the United Video, which was basically like New Zealand's version of Blockbuster. And I saw like an Ed Gein DVD up there. And I was like, and it said, The True Story or something like that, inspiring of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Obviously, I know Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, Leatherface was for real? That's what I was thinking. And, you'd think, at least I had me picturing, like, holy crap, Leatherface was for real? Like, it was really a dude who, like, skinned people and wore their faces and masks and all that? That's not exactly what happened. I mean, I don't even know how much of Monsters, the Ed Gein story, is true at all. But, I don't know, just, what do you call it? Taboo, macabre, if I got the word correct. That type of stuff is so fascinating to me, like true crime, real life horror stories, that kind of thing. I watched the show, had a blast. My mother saw some episodes of it. She was disgusted by it. In fact, that's why I'm in my room, because she wouldn't let me watch the rest of the show in the living room. But yeah, I watched this on my PS5, and that's my Netflix, obviously. And performances are great. Charlie Hunnam, fantastic as Ed Gein. I don't think that's what his voice actually sounded like. He sounded so weak and all that, like meek and all that, like, oh, I'm just a little boy. He talks like that, you know. I don't think he actually talks like that. I watched Dharma, obviously. I reviewed that 3 years ago now, actually. I didn't watch the second one, the Mendelsohn's brothers or whatever. I never heard of them until that one, yeah. I never watched that. I never heard of them. That show kind of flew under my radar. But when I heard Ed Gein's story was coming out not too long ago, I was like, well, can't wait. And there it is. Watched it, and I loved it. Loved the performances. Laurie Metcalf was fantastic in it as Ed Gein's mother. And I love the side plot, too, with, like, Alfred Hitchcock and, like, Anthony Perkins, all that stuff. It was fascinating to see, you know, and to see Ed Gein's impact on horror. You know, he didn't just inspire Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He also inspired Norman Bates' Psycho. He also inspired Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. He also inspired Ted Bundy, another real-life killer. What's the other guy's name? Richard something. Richard, he's a dude who had titties. I'm not trying to be funny. That's actually who he was. I never heard of him until this thing. And yeah, I know this is kind of like Dharma. I felt really bad for Ed Gein so many times in this. Kind of like how I felt bad for, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer when I watched that show, you know. It made me sad, especially because you see him in the show and he's like the most sweetest, polite dude ever, you know. And it's like, you know, humanity and all that shit is like complex, you know. It's not, no one is like fully evil, no one's fully good either, but that type of shit, I didn't really know how to say that someone out there is probably bigger expert explaining that kind of thing, but yeah. Oh. John Cena, because it was WrestleMania. But yeah, it's like, and he's like, even there was a kind of like interview. There was a moment when he talks to Ilsa Cock, is that how you say her name? Over ham radios, and it was like, and it was like, hey, they say this shit about us, but it's like, they don't really know, stuff like that, you know. Maybe I sound like a complete psycho. I don't know. I'm not trying to. This is just my thoughts, how I feel about this stuff, you know. I loved it. It got slammed by critics, but I don't care, you know. I loved it. And the next season of Monster, Lizzie Borden, I sort of heard of her, you know. That's going to be the next one coming out next year. But, yeah. I don't know what more to say, so, yeah. Anyway, I'm your boy. Peace out. Have a good one.